FedEx full, we commanding the block. Burgundy and gold, got the city on lock. Hustling plays, they don't need to pretend. DC reppin' strong and we fight to the end. Commanders moving, no breaks, no pause. Hands in the dirt, respecting the call. K-Dot in the mid, dissect the grind. District divider with a city in mind. Trying to dance why, don't miss a bit. And you gotta spread the words, or shit is shit. K-Dot.
Welcome, everyone, to District Divided, a DC sports podcast. More specifically, a Washington Commanders podcast. I am Amit. That is K-Dot. A very happy new year to all of you. Thank you for joining us. This episode, we go through the All-22 review against the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas Day. What went well, what didn't, who gets the game ball from the All-22 review. K-Dot's going to break that down for us. Touch on Hard Knocks, episode 5, where Bobby Wagner and Frankie Louvu discuss Santa Claus and why he's overweight and not working out throughout the year. And then we have the game preview against the Philadelphia Eagles, who will be resting their starters. So that one's going to be a pretty quick one. Side piece report talking about some of the teams we took on before the season started in the comment mailbag, as we always do. Before we begin this episode, if you could please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment as you always do, and K-Dot.
Get them plane tickets ready! It's almost over! Go watch the playoffs from Cabo. Yeah! All right, and this year, shit! 2026! Fuck yeah! The world's shit! Fuck the administration, fuck the president, fuck everything! It's all gone to shit! Do you know what I did? Yeah, never mind, I'm gonna get some. Fuck it. It's gonna be a wild one today, guys.
And with that, we go to Hard Knocks, where the Washington Commanders ended up losing on Christmas Day to the Dallas Cowboys. We got a bit of a feature on Bobby Wagner, which was pretty cool. And then the game itself was pretty short. Didn't have as much of the effort and enthusiasm as I think some of the fans saw it, especially in the second half. We got a nice little one-liner. The Commanders made it a game in the second half, and then immediately the game was over. The Cowboys won. K-Dot, any reaction to this week's installment of Hard Knocks?
We are easily the segment people don't want to watch. Like, it's just skip. Like, the only reason we're doing this is we're fans. Like, in all honesty, that sucks. People are talking about it in the comments or whatever. Like, I can officially say it as of right now. You know what? I'll save that part. Now, fuck it. I'm a Jackson Dart guy. Like, I don't give a fuck anyway. I'm a Jackson Dart guy. I like Cam Scatterboo. I like Jackson Dart. They've done it. Like, I know I don't hate the Giants as much as I hate everybody. I fucking love it. They didn't. Now, the thing with, like, the Commanders is, like, Tress Way, already beloved, tears and everything. Like, everybody kind of gets that. What I didn't necessarily know, and I got some inkling of it here and there, Bobby Wagner's funny as fuck.
Yes.
Dog. So this is what made me feel terrible about entering 2026. Is I watched Hard Knocks yesterday. I was kind of late to watching it. When him and Jalen Holmes are having the conversation about the Switch in the PS5, I was crying. And I went on Twitter immediately to see if anybody else was talking about it. And no one was. So I was like, I felt all alone. It's like, well, I guess I think he's funny. But it was also just that, yeah, I guess people are skipping over the Commander segments because they don't give a shit. There's just nothing happening. There's nothing good. But it also makes me feel good because, like, with a team with this much shit happening, right, or going on, it almost makes me feel as though they still keep the drama out of it. Like, we still got a good locker room and a good team that there's no storyline or anything you got to follow. We're just, hey, guys, we're keeping it kind of boring over here because we're all hurt. Like, I kind of dig it, I guess.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was really cool to see, first off, Tress Way get honored and celebrated. We're back to our roots. Tress Way is the Pro Bowler. Nobody else is. We just go back right back to that. Cool to see him and his family get to celebrate that. So congrats to Tress Way on that achievement, being the Pro Bowl punter for the NFC. And then seeing Bobby talk to Jalen Holmes about, well, you know, when you had a PS2 and you got a PS3, how long did you have the PS2 for, though? Because my son just got the Switch, like literally just got it. Like that entire conversation was fantastic.
He's 6 or 7. You should have led with that.
Yeah. That's a very critical piece of information. And then Frankie and Bobby going, why? What does Santa do all year? Like, why is he still fat?
Pulling up ChatGPT.
They called it a cardio marathon. And Frankie calls it the tunnel instead of the chimney. I mean, like, so there was some fun moments in it, an otherwise horrible season, right? With all the injuries and the losing streak. Nice to beat the Giants, but then you just lose on Christmas Day. So yeah, all in all, Hard Knocks continues to chug along. And yeah, I don't have any other thoughts outside of that, Kate. I'm ready to talk about the All-22 review when you are.
I'll tell you right now, the only thing, and I understand why they're not doing it, and I don't disagree with them doing it, with them doing what they're doing. I do think from an entertainment standpoint, it would be a lot better this week if Sam Hartman was starting.
But he's not.
I know.
And so now we go to the All-22 review featuring our very own K-Dot.
It's the All-22 review, a district divided. Bitches!
Once again, the Washington Commanders lost on Christmas Day to the Dallas Cowboys, 30-23. Initially, the Cowboys got off to this electric start, and it was just a 3-score game immediately. But then the Commanders fought back. They made it interesting. They got the ball back down 7. The Cowboys end up winning this game 30-23. So K-Dot looked through this film with not his 50, not his 60, but his 70 screens to tell you guys what went well and what didn't. So K-Dot, over to you on this game. What'd you see?
I'm just realizing the background on this didn't look right. That's what I want. It was like, that looks too empty. Who gives a fuck, Doug? Who cares about this fucking game? I don't even know. I blanked on your intro. What'd you say? What am I supposed to do?
50, 60, 70 screens. What'd you like?
Got it. Thanks, man. You kept it like, you're the MVP. Good, bad offense. We'll start here. Run game had real juice. Bill, the first TD, awesome. The pictures, like, look, everybody knows as far as Bill, he starts out the season. Well, when we start giving carries, he starts out the season on fire, right? Like, I mean, he's kind of got a case for Rookie of the Year. He won't get it, but the amount of Rookie of the Week's honors he's got, he's the only one with multiple
4 of them
this season.
Yeah.
And he's the only rookie with multiple this season. That's fucking crazy. But you can see, like, what happens is the same thing that, like, kind of the criticism we have for Jaden's criticism we have for another thing. You're trying to do too much. So, like, what he was doing was not necessarily following the blockers the way he needed to find that open lane. I've been having a lot of fun playing Madden against our opponents with Josh Johnson at quarterback because I just run the ball. Like, I've just been doing this, like, it's just easy. Like, it's just keep doing it. And that's, like, if you follow the block, and that's what Chris Rodriguez kind of excelled at. But you could see in this particular game, Bill's doing, he's not getting the happy feet the way he was. He's hitting the holes the way he needs to. And the blocking, the run blocking is just, for a lot of times, it's just immaculate. Like, shout out to Ben Sennett. Shout out to all of, like, the run blocking has just been really good at times. But Bill taking advantage of, like, what the defense is offering and just going for it. It's awesome to see. So while everybody keeps wanting to talk about Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame coming next year, and once again, I haven't really looked into all the tape, I look at something like this with Bill and I say, I might be looking for more of that the thunder to my lightning, but I don't necessarily know if I need necessarily a playmaker because I actually think Bill's got something. The perimeter stuff worked. The tunnel screen to, like, Debo was fucking awesome. Some of the stuff they got on the outside was, like, really, really cool. It almost felt like this is what the season was kind of supposed to look like to some degree. So, like, I know people are on the fence about whether or not to bring Debo back. I'm sure we'll get into that as the season goes on. But, like, there are moments in this where it's like, if it wasn't for the injuries they have in the wide receiver core, you kind of see some glimpses of what it is they wanted to have from Debo this season. They just couldn't because of the attrition rate, right? So, like, there's some things in that is just, like, it seemed pretty cool. The end around with Sennett and Bill blocking was like, whoo, that's kind of cool. Connolly was good in the run game. On that touchdown, you see the adjustment that he makes on that, and it's actually kind of cool. But then in that same token, if we kind of switch to bad, because I'll start with Connolly on that, he definitely had some issues as far as, like, Jadeveon Clowney had a moment. I think it was him against him at one point in the game.
Mm-hmm. 1.5 sacks for Clowney.
Yeah, there was a stunt that it caught him completely off guard. He didn't know how to handle it, it seemed like. And every once in a while, he has those moments. When you start looking at things like PFF or what have you over the course of this offensive line things, there's some things that start getting illuminated. I know there was a tweet that went out not too long ago. I'll see if I can pull it up at some point. I know Coach Lombard actually he retweeted it, but it was about the amount of times that we shoot ourselves in the foot this season. It's the amount of false starts that we've had in the most inopportune times that, like, put us behind the 8 ball. It's happened over the course of the season. You start seeing it. You see Connolly is, like, leader of the pack when it comes to that, but it makes sense. He's a rookie, and he's getting used to things, and there's tons of injuries, and the team hasn't looked all that good, so it's a lot of stuff. But overall, like, I feel good about where Connolly's at and everything kind of going forward. Ben Sinnott is just, look, man, you got to give him the ball more. So, like, this is where we're skirting to that good-bad sort of thing. It's like, all right, Connolly, you had these moments in the run game where I'm saying, all right, you've excelled even. You've gone beyond what it is I've seen. Where Ben Sinnott, got no questions as far as your run blocking. Occasionally you make a fuck up, but I rarely see that. The Ben Sinnott thing that looks good is that, like, I don't think they even have it in the playbook. I don't think there's a thing in the playbook as far as getting a tight end down the field. I don't think it exists. I literally think the only reason that ever happened was Zach Ertz freestyling. Like, I really don't think it exists. Like, even the Ben Sinnott gets, like, a few, like, the chip and release sort of stuff that happens in this sort of game. They're keeping them, like, really close to the line of scrimmage. And I get it, like, some of the tight end screen stuff might look good, things like that, but it doesn't feel like they have actual, like, route choices in which Ben or any of the tight ends are, like, true options, like, all that much. Or if they do, it's, like, one or two plays. Because I've definitely seen it. It's just not a lot.
I was going to say the only I can think of the one against the New York Giants, right, where he runs that post, and it is a deeper one where he's able to, come up with it, gets the extra yak, etc. But short of that, to your point, it does seem to be a quick option to these tight ends versus something a bit more vertical down the field.
100%. Like, every time you see Ben Sinnott attach the football and, like, move beyond the sticks, or, like, at least, like, he's going to break a tackle, or, like, it's something there. It makes me curious to see, like, what it does, what he would do with, like, more options, or, like, hey, let's work a play around making sure he gets the ball in stride to do this or do that. Same thing with, like, Deebo Samuel. I know there are packages that are there specifically for him. Terry McLaurin, there are packages specifically for him. I feel like there should be stuff for everybody when you're looking for an offensive weapon. And I just think that he is that. And as a matter of fact, with some of this stuff, I kind of want to see some of the other tight ends too. I'd like to see John Bates down the field. I'd like to see Colson Yankoff down there. I want to see these guys down the field. I just don't. It's just not. I just think that, like, even Cliff, we saw about. They talked to him about the under the center stuff, and it's not what he wants to do. It's just not. There's just stuff he doesn't want to do. He has a philosophy he wants to do, and I think because of the injuries to the wide receiver, he wasn't able to do what he wanted to do this season. So it's just a get by sort of thing. But I don't think this season is completely indicative of, like, what Cliff wants the offense to be, which might be a rude awakening for us next year as far as, like, what it is we saw this year with what we liked, which is that, for the most part, some of these jumbo sets and just run the football, the smash mouth sort of stuff, might just be the only reason they are doing it is because of the attrition rate when it comes to everything else on the team.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a pretty big piece of information we got, right? Where Cliff goes, hey, philosophically, this just isn't what I'm interested in. And so we are going to continue seeing, our quarterbacks in shotgun. Basically, they're not going to be under center. So if that's something you were looking forward to, the only way to truly look forward to it is if Cliff does receive a job offer somewhere else and takes it. Otherwise, you are going to see more of this next season. So just, get mentally prepared for that. So go ahead, Kate.
Yeah, and I also think it's a Jaden piece. Like, I think Jaden prefers it. And I think that's you have the offense coordinator and the quarterback on the same page with what it is they want to do. Fuck the rest of us. It's just now up to both of them to make sure it works. And if it doesn't, then that chair starts to get kind of hot. So just throwing it out there. So it is what it goes. And you can kind of see it in the All-22 or everything that we kind of go through. It's like we have things that we like that we see that have some success. We're still not winning games. And we're still playing right there on the margin where it's like you can just see Cliff. It feels as though Cliff is not necessarily doing what he wants to do. And it's just that it feels out of rhythm at times. Defensively, pass rush came to life. Everybody knows that. Johnny Newton looks damn good. I know everybody saw the PFF rating as far as from his passing. Pass rush or pass defense compared to run defense. It's true. Like, there's no getting around it. It's true. But motherfucker had 3 sacks in the game, which is more than I think anybody in the interior of the defense maybe combined this season. I didn't look at the stats, but I don't think that
he's third on the team in sacks now.
That's a travesty, but it also that's also speaks to the point of, like, when you get to this point of the season or what have you, like I try to shoot them bail as far as, like, maybe they are doing the thing where you have to earn it on the practice field. You got to earn on this before you get playing time. But, like, you can't see what Johnny Newton is doing in the pass rush game and not say, motherfucker, I want to see more of that, right? And not to mention, you didn't select Johnny Newton to be a run defender. You selected Johnny Newton to do the pass rush thing from the interior, and it looks like you might have a guy. Like, at this point, I'd say as far as from the interior defense, we have no better pass rush guy than him, including Deron Payne, including anybody else. There's nobody better than him. He just doesn't do the run stuff is good. So like that's where you have Eddie Goldman who can do more things from a versatility standpoint. And that's just what it kind of goes down to. Which leads to the bad, which is that we were soft as fuck in the middle of the run. That was one of those things where it was like they could beat us up when it came in the middle of the field, and that was something that like that I say directly is tied to the injuries we had sustained as far as the defensive line, who was able to go and who wasn't able to go this particular week. We've seen over the course of the season when they have their full complement of guys in the interior, it's not easy to run there unless you're like truly special. And even if you're truly special like Saquon, you don't really get to start until the third or fourth quarter most of these games, right? So like yeah, it's just that. Mike Sanders still he's an interesting dude. I don't know what's going to happen as far as going forward with this. Like I don't want him in the slot. I want him outside because I think he looks better outside. But then the more I'm looking at him, the more I'm like, could he be a safety? But then I'm like, if he's a safety, he doesn't look like a safety, but he plays like one occasionally. And I tell you right now, he takes better angles than Quan Martin's pass does. And maybe he could be a ball hawk back there or something. I don't know. But there's right now, as far as like the goods that we were sold on Mike Sanders still coming out of Michigan, as far as like what he was going to do or excel at. We haven't seen it, but we have seen that like what they asked him to do last year is still where he kind of flashed the most for this year. And there have been moments that some of the bigger receivers still give him fits. There's still some things that you're still looking at them too off the line of scrimmage and not having the physical attributes to be able to make up for it. But it's gotten better over the course of the season, I could say, for the most part. But yeah, and that's the thing. The tackling, like he's always in the mix. But sometimes you just say, yeah, you're too small. Like you're just too small sometimes. So I don't know, man. Mixed bag. Christmas game, Dallas. It's just, yeah, man. It's just I didn't really enjoy watching this one. It felt kind of useless, but that's what.
I mean, it's tough. The season's over, right? I mean, and we are grinding through it, and do appreciate your effort here, Kate, not having to grind through this stuff.
Usually you're at this point of the season where it's like it's that, then I at least be able to come to you with the All-22 and say, here's what the future looks like.
Right.
I can't.
Yeah, and so that is going to lend itself to an final game conversation of expectations, which we'll get to in a moment. Also wanted to shout out Jonathan Jones had a couple nice plays in this game. Kevontae Turbin's long touchdown was upsetting, but Antonio Hamilton's got wheels. That was kind of cool to see. I never caught him, but like to be stride for stride with the Kevontae Turbin, who was not slowing down until the very end. Like that was okay. Guys,
I love hearing all these names of guys that won't be here. Like this is like
any final thoughts here before we move on to this game against
one more to go.
One more to go. Yeah, slight delay over there, but one more to go. And with that was the All-22 review featuring our very own K-Dot. One more to go. Just like K-Dot was saying, we go to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. It's going to be their backups. They did announce that they are going to be resting their starters because they've already won the NFC East, and they want to take a bye week before they host a playoff game in the wild card round. Meanwhile, for us, we're rounding out the season. Who's going to play? It's probably going to be a lot of the regulars just because we have gone this far with them, so we're probably going to continue. I know K-Dot and I, or at least I would like to see some of the younger guys, but we'll see what happens on Sunday. This game's at 4:25, not 1:00. And so the Bears are playing at the same time. So just from an NFL larger landscape perspective, there's seeding involved there. That's why those two teams are playing at the same time. Who's going to be the 2 seed? Who's going to be the 3 seed? And so K-Dot, normally what we do, and we'll get to the injury report in a moment, but just letting the audience know, normally what we do is offense versus defense, defense versus offense. Because the Eagles are resting their guys, and because we are in our final game of the season, it's going to be an expectations conversation. But let's go ahead and go to the injury report anyway for us, K-Dot, over here. Thank you. So you can see that Treylon Burks not practicing because of an illness. I anticipate he'll be fine for this final game. Mariota not going to be playing, it looks like. So he's going to be out. Laremy Tunsil, zero reason for him to play, seeing that he's not been practicing. And then you got some limiteds. Jaden limited, but obviously not playing. And then the rest are full. Let's go ahead and look at the Philadelphia Eagles with just one major name over there, which is Jalen Carter. But once again, none of these guys are playing, right? So it doesn't matter that they're not practicing because they're not going to be playing anyway ahead of this game against us.
Let's just go.
With that, we go to the predictions, where the Commanders are 3.5-point underdogs and the over-under is 39.5, because frankly, there is no analysis to have here when both teams are just rounding out the season. The Eagles are going to continue to the playoffs, and we're going to have to reorganize and figure out what we're doing for 2026. So, K-Dot, score, winner, player of the game, and then we'll get to expectations.
I know this is going to be a bit. Are we just doing it?
No, go for it. I'm serious. Go for it.
What the fuck did I write down? I want to think the Commanders are going to win this game. I really do want to think the Commanders are going to win this game, especially with how chippy the last game got. My problem is all the guys you got chippy with aren't playing. So, like, who are you taking that aggression out on? And does that aggression show up as, like, undisciplined bullshit? Or is it the NFC fuckery? Like, I don't know. In this particular one, like, this just gets a little weird. It's 1916 Philly. Just because it's weird.
Okay, 1916 Philly, just because it's weird. Player of the game, can you name one?
Dom.
Big Dom.
Big Dom. He tackles a guy in a Santa costume trying to fuck shit up. And we're like, best hit of the day.
1916 Philly for K-Dot. I will give you an opportunity to tie me over here on the season, because we are playing our guys, and they seem to still be taking it seriously enough.
Yeah, right?
So, yeah, that's the thing, which I appreciate. And I do want to win. We currently, for those interested in draft odds and stuff like that, we're currently picking 6. We cannot pick any lower than 7. For me, I don't give a shit about one spot. I want to win these games anyway. And so, yeah, I have us winning this game on the road. I think we're able to run the ball. And I think we're also interested in getting out of this season. So I think it's going to be that mix of Bill Krosky-Merritt and Chris Rodriguez, who end up being player of the game. So I'll just give them 2. I'm cheating here a little bit. The run game is going to be
running backs.
Good. Yeah, the running backs. They're going to be good against the Philadelphia Eagles backups. It's not Jordan Davis, not Jalen Carter. I think we'll be able to run on them and come away with a victory. I'll call it 2017. I think the Eagles maybe get off to a bit of a fast start. They're like, oh boy, and then we adjust, and then we play better against Tanner McKee, who's going to be playing for them. And I think we can hopefully slow down Tank Bigsby a little bit, who will be their starting running back, presumably, over there. Get up for this game, right? So I know we gave our predictions already, but for this game and for the expectations of this game, we've talked about Bobby Wagner playing 100% of the snaps. We've talked about other guys playing 100% of the snaps. Are you okay with them rounding out the season at this point with 100%, considering we're playing backups? It doesn't matter anyway. Or do you want to see, I don't know, like Tyler Owens get a few snaps, for example, or Jordan McGee get more of the snaps? So what do you want to see here?
I don't think it matters now. Like, I honestly, I don't
totally irrelevant.
Yeah, I think at this point, like, do I want to see them try shit? Yeah, but like, if we were going to be in that territory, you got to try shit maybe a few weeks ago. I think, like, at this point, it's one game, and it's one game against hodgepodge of starters and backups. Because, I mean, just because of injuries, they can't have everybody not play. But it's like, yeah, I just don't. Like, what are you really learning? Like, do I want to see Jordan McGee play for Bobby Wagner to see if there's something? Yeah, but is one game going to tell me one way or the other? No. Like, start working on your off-season program, guys. Like, it's like, that's where I'm at on it. Like, there's a bunch of dudes that, like, where we're going to get into, like, who it is we want to have back and this, that, and the other. But then I think about, like, even, like, do I want to see more Ben Sinnott? Of course I want to see more Ben Sinnott. But, like, is it Ben Sinnott within the confines of what I'm seeing within this offense? Do we have the one seam play or whatever that you see that happened earlier on against what you said, the Giants, right? The Giants game. Or is it just this? I feel as though the injuries have made it so, and our record now have made it so much so that we are not watching our team. We're watching.
I get that. That's a good way to put it.
Right? It's like they're trying to get through this. Like to me, it's more like, have they not quit? Good. Like, are they still playing hard? Good. Are there less mistakes? Yeah, are they not shooting themselves in the foot, putting themselves behind the chains? I'd like that. I'd like that from a mentality as far as like people playing smart. Do I want to see the secondary like not fucking up when assignments and like communication stuff? Yeah, because that to me speaks more indicative of like coaching, and are these guys like, do you have guys throughout depth that are actually doing what it is they're supposed to do, or like is the culture the way it needs to be? The talent's not there. I know that already, but like that's kind of where I'm at. I just want to see certain things, and I'm like, all right, that's good. I don't want to feel bad about it. I don't want to feel as though we gave up.
As you're talking, I'm realizing this is a more important game than I realized. And so what I mean by that is one of the first complaints, for those of you that have been part of the District Divided family for a long time, saw our recap of the first preseason game against the New England Patriots. I had a problem with the effort. I remember just being like, hey, and K-Dot was like, well, you know, these players aren't going to be on the team anyway. It's a bunch of backups. Like, it doesn't matter. Turns out we relied on those guys quite a bit. And what I want to see is progress from that point. Like, did these guys continue to put out effort? Do they continue to put out good film so that I can see that they made progress over the course of the season? Because if it looks exactly the same, then I actually do have a problem with that. And so I think it's important for our coaching staff to be able to motivate these guys in their final game with us. Maybe a lot of them won't be here next season, right? We'll have plenty of offseason episodes where we discuss all sorts of names on the team, not on the team, but out of contract. Look, we'll talk about all that. But it is important for me to see pride, effort, and a desire to win this game to round out the season. And it's actually, to me, a view into the coaching staff and how things are being run right now in dire situations, in adversity. I think it's important against an Eagles team that we got chippy with to show something. I don't care if the guys that we got chippy with weren't playing. They still got that bird on their helmet. So I want to see them show out a little bit against a division rival and put on some good film for themselves. And that's a reflection of the coaching staff to me. So that's what I want to see. It is important to me.
I in almost every circumstance, I don't have a problem with anything you're saying. It's just the more that you were saying it and the more I'm thinking about this particular team and like the way the roster is made up right now. All right, I'll ask you this. Have you felt this regular season? I know you say you felt it in the Patriots game. Have you felt as though the effort's been lacking?
No, I think it's gotten better.
Right? So like,
yeah. So I want to continue to see it.
Yeah, 100%. So like there is now you get last week of the season bullshit sort of stuff that might chip in, and I don't
contract incentives too. Yep.
So like I don't fault like there's just a human aspect to like, dude, we're this close to being done with this shit.
And my thing is, I get the human element, and because you're a professional and this is what you're doing, can you overcome that little just we're right there and put out one more good game?
I get it. I'm just saying that
that's what I'm talking about.
I'm saying that if I don't see that the full degree, I don't necessarily know if I'm taking it out on anybody, because over the course of this season, I haven't had any questions as far as
this is a can't lose spot. I'm not suddenly like, the coach. I'm out on the coaching.
I'm just speaking to your level of what you're saying as far as the importance aspect of it. So like that's the only thing I'm saying is that like what it is I'll glean from this, even if they don't show effort coming. Like if we're down by 2 scores because Tanner McKee did something, and you're in the third quarter or whatever, and I start seeing some of the guys just kind of like meandering around just a little bit, am I going to feel away? Yeah, because you haven't done this over the course of the season, so like why? But then I also will remember the human element, so I don't necessarily am going to take that out on them or think differently about them if this is the only time I've seen it. That's it. The communication stuff, like that stuff to me as far as in the secondary, I'll tell you by now, I've given up. Like I'm out on this. I'm out on the safeties. I'm out. I'm done. Like maybe next year it could be better if they got better cornerback play. Maybe if it get better if they got an actual pass rush. But this group, this unit, from top to bottom, I like them on special teams. I love this defense on special teams. I don't love what I've seen from them over the course of the season defensively in the back half of the secondary from a communication standpoint. I've not liked what I've seen as far as from an angling, from a tackle standpoint, especially from the safeties. That's what you're here to do. Like, that's what you need to do. Like, if you can't get proper angles as far as tackling, what the fuck is the point of you existing, right? Like, why? Like, you're the safety. Like, come on. Like, if I'm relying,
your name is literally safety.
Right, like if the only thing I can rely on is a bad angle and a highlight film when somebody mossing your ass to get into the end zone, it's not even a moss because you're usually that far out of the fucking play. Like, it's just, that's the kind of shit. So like, is there anything that could happen in this particular game is going to change my opinion on the safeties? No. No, it's Tanner McKee. Not a chance will it change my opinion on these guys. The cornerback, same thing. Defense line, same thing. So like we're talking about this in the sense of like there is nothing that can happen in this game really for me that's going to change my opinion on the outlook of this team, what's going to happen going into next season, what happens as far as from a roster spot standpoint, any of that shit. There is no one that can do anything in this game, in my opinion, that would save their job here or lose them their job here. It's just, I've seen enough.
Yeah, no,
I've seen enough.
I've seen most of it, but this is one more game for guys to be able to put together maybe a third straight good week, for example.
No doubt.
Or to show that they can make a play. So we had the 3 preseason games. This is a glorified 4th one. Both teams. It's what it is.
Although I do think Philly's making a mistake. I think Philly's making a big mistake.
I think they should go for the 2 seed.
I think they should go for the 2 seed, but I'm also like, if you're not going to go for the 2 seed, I am of a firm idea that they should at least be playing a half. I didn't like what the offense did last week. I don't like that they're kind of looking a little weird going into the playoffs and not like on a run. Like
let's tell you what, Kate. Well, as we continue this conversation, let's move over to the side piece report because that ends up just being an around the NFL conversation. We'll begin with the Eagles and this decision, and then we'll talk about our teams. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like that. To me is like there's always a balance, and I don't think there's a right way or wrong way to go about it. I've seen it happen either way, right? You've seen it happen where it's like teams will rest their guys, they get healthy because they got a bit of rest, and then they go into the playoffs feeling hot and they're like going for it, right? Or you have some teams that are like, "Nay, man, we're riding high, we're riding hot, we got to keep it going." I see it either way. I know that there's certain aspects of Philadelphia that need to get healthy, like AJ Brown's on 100% right now. Like it's a good like so. Like I get certain things like that. Saquon, I know he could turn on and turn off, but over the course of this season, I don't know. Like, if I had to put money on Saquon, like turning it up in the playoffs, I probably would, just because I do think he's kind of been saving himself just a little bit. But But if I'm Philadelphia, I just want to see more consistency before I go into the playoffs. I just want to feel as though my guys aren't cold. That's it.
We are a perfectly good team to do that against.
Right?
But I will say this: the last time they did it, it took them a while. Even against us.
The way that game fucking started, that the fumble, the last Philadelphia Eagle game was a weird one. It was a really weird game. It kept us in it, and we thought there was a good chance we were going to win this until at the end of the day they kind of put us away. So maybe it's just because like the slow start thing they can't, or maybe it'll hurt them more than it'll help them. So like I understand both ways. I'm just saying if it was my choice, I'd probably play them for the half against our team, knowing that if we're going to be ready and really for the playoffs, let's beat these motherfuckers up for a little bit.
Yeah, the only thing you risk is that if it doesn't go well, then there's some serious questions, or they play the whole game. Like, there's not much upside, in my opinion.
But my thing is, like, I don't get it. Here's the thing. Regardless, if they lose the first playoff game, from a seeding standpoint, whether or not they're playing home, whatever, everyone will blame what happened this week. It's Philadelphia. So, like,
there are 2 options that they have now available to them, if I'm recalling, or the most likely options, if not the only options, are the Rams and Niners.
Right.
I think that they would handle the Niners no problem. I think,
okay.
yeah. Only because I think the defense is so good and has somehow flown under the radar for the Eagles once again.
I think I feel better about the Niners than any other team in the NFC, but we'll get to that.
It's what this is all about. But the Rams, I think they'll get Devontae back, and that becomes a very scary matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So, like, that's why I think they should go for the 2. Is just because then you play a Green Bay team that their morale is down because Michael Parsons is now out. No one takes them as a serious contender, and you don't know what Jordan Love you're getting. And against that defense, it could just be a repeat of last year in the playoffs where he throws multiple interceptions and you're able to go to the next round and host another playoff game. Right. So, like, I'm with you. I think the Eagles they could still win, right? Like, you've picked them to win.
That's so bad.
Right. And Vegas has them favored, right? So, like, they could still do this. I think it's an unnecessary risk that they're taking here by increasing their the point spread changed by 4.5 points.
Yeah.
Right. Like, they definitely would have won if they had just played their starters, even if they're not as good. Like, it's the starters versus the backups. They're leaving it to chance. We'll see.
The only thing that I would say would be an honest to God thing is if they truly do not trust us, and specifically Frankie Louvu, to not hurt their guys before they come into the playoffs.
I'm sure that factored in.
Like, I think that's the thing. Like, if that's the only, and if that's the case, you bitches, bitch made,
Which
punk
I love.
ass.
I love.
Like, I love that shit. But like, so there's that. But like, yeah, man, we start getting like what's going to happen next season as far as our team goes, and you're going to start seeing me get a little more hype than I think a lot of people are. But this particular game and this particular looking forward as far as anything, I just want us to end so I can focus on fucking betting and stuff on the rest of the league going forward.
Which we will be putting out an episode where we preview the playoffs loosely, and then we just give our bracket and we go who we think will win the whole thing. That'll be coming
getting mad
next
interesting.
week. It is getting very interesting. This is as open a playoff field as we've had in quite some time.
Oh,
so
I can't remember more open.
It's
honestly
exciting.
can't
It's exciting. So we'll probably have vastly different brackets. And so looking forward to that.
Yeah, Lord knows. What are you gonna do? None of your teams you picked to go to the Super Bowl are gonna.
Hold on. Ravens
Well,
good.
I get it,
Ravens good. Ravens good.
So did you hear? You've heard the conversation about Baltimore going on
Yes.
this week about Lamar. What are your thoughts?
I think that stuff's true.
All right, hold on. Maybe let me back up because I think I know what you're alluding to, but I was asking something specifically.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll point this. Do you take an 80% healthy Lamar Jackson or a 100% healthy Tyler Huntley?
100% healthy Tyler Huntley. The reason being, no. Hold on. 80% Lamar Jackson's way better than 100% Tyler Huntley. Everyone knows that.
I don't know if everybody knows.
I know that.
Okay.
A 50% Lamar is better than 100% Tyler Huntley.
Okay.
I'm taking this is so similar to the Cliff Mariota thing, the mindset. I want the ball with Derrick Henry. That's it. When Lamar plays, I think they get a little too excited with their toy at quarterback, right? So like that's why I take the Huntley, because I think they run it better when they know Henry's the shot we've got versus they go, okay, we got Lamar here. And so then all of a sudden it's maybe this play goes to Lamar instead of Derrick. They overthink, in my opinion, when Lamar's in there.
I can see that.
That's my answer.
Okay. I think it's disrespectful as shit. That's just I understand.
So
no, I'm not you. I'm saying that the conversation itself that's been happening this week is that it's Lamar Jackson. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like it's like really like it's like not everything's a racial thing, but I think this is definitely a racial thing. Is that nobody would say that shit about fucking Joe Burrow or Josh Allen or anyone else. But no, it's your multiple MVP Lamar Jackson, and you guys are questioning whether or not he should play the game. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, the reason I think the Ravens can be very scary is if what they did last week, they now go, okay, this is who we are.
And as long as Derek doesn't fumble.
You live with it. You have to. I mean, like, if I'm living and dying with 22 holding that thing. He is one of the greatest to ever do it. He's still very fast, very difficult to bring down. Yes, there is a fumble risk. There's always a fumble risk. That being said, here's a quick little preview.
Yeah.
I think this AFC North game doesn't matter at all. I think Houston rolls over either one of these guys just because of how good their defense is this year. Like, it is crazy good. Crazy.
No, I'm not denying. I like I really like what they're doing in Houston. I'm not in a place right now where I'm saying anyone's going to roll anyone.
Okay. No, that's fair.
I just think this season's been entirely too weird. The only thing I've been trying to caution anybody about is like stop making big predictions or saying anything's definite. I was like, that's the only thing I've been relying on all the season. It's done right by me. Like it's just don't make any big fucking prognostications.
You made a big prediction. You were right.
Before this season, I'm saying that during this season,
the moment the season kicked off, you're like, "Hey, stop."
I think I actually had a pretty fucking good read on this. On this,
you did,
but overall, as things are going in, like there was the chart, or it was the animation of the seeds as far as the NFC over the course of week to week, and how fucking batshit crazy it's been, and the AFC's been wide open the entire season, and like how many. I feel as though we crowned, or the media or everybody crowned, a best team like 6 times this year. Like it was 6 different teams at different times. The Bills had it at one point. Tampa Bay had it for a moment where Baker looked like MVP, and he just can't stop doing dumb shit. It's like everybody had like a little glimpse at it. Like remember Indianapolis? Like there were these moments.
Oh man.
It just all goes to shit. So it's just like I see what Philadelphia did with Buffalo. Did I like what I saw from Philadelphia's offense get Buffalo? No, but I like what, or at least not for the full game. Did I like what they did to Josh Allen in particular? Fuck yeah. And if that's the case, and like they're gonna do that throughout the course of this playoff, then I'm like, well, I feel really good about those guys, right?
No, Philly's a scary team to me again.
San Francisco is scary to me.
Well, listen, I love what the Niners got cooking, especially offensively. That defense is just very young. I need them to be able to step up. It sounds like the soonest is going to be the championship game.
I'm good with that.
The one seed. So that's the thing. If they beat Seattle, now I love San Francisco, or just because they can get. Okay, so you think they're going to
Seattle?
See, God, what a great NFL season overall. Not for us, obviously, but just in terms of the drama of all
I'm
the
rooting
other
for Seattle
teams.
like crazy though. Like
Me too. Me too.
There are two teams your boys, or three teams your boys in the bag for this playoffs. Okay,
Seattle
in the
NFC.
Huh? No, I'm
Seattle.
out of Tampa.
You're out of Super Bowl representative.
Do they even make the playoffs? I don't know what the fuck is happening in that division. Fuck those guys. Like Baker's pissed me off. Everybody down this pissed me off. I think they want Todd Bowles to get fired. So I just think they're sabotaging at this point. Which is like, you guys are getting old. You need to do this now. But Baker's gotten happy feet. Offensive line has not been great, but he's been getting happy feet and like doing shit complete. He makes here's Baker. He makes everything so much harder than it needs to be. Every play, and it's stop, just stop. So it's like that's been pissing me off. It's like, you do not have to be the hero. Like, there's no one around you. Why are you spinning around? Like, what are you doing? So like there's that. So like I'm out on Tampa right now. Buffalo completely in the bag for. That's my AFC team. I'm in the bag for Buffalo as far as the AFC.
Mine is Houston. But their path is too difficult in my opinion. But I think
it's been underrated what CJ Stroud's been doing, what D'Amico's been doing. I think it's very underrated. I don't think people.
I think this could be their year. We'll see.
I don't love their running. When it comes to playoffs, I look at certain things, and I don't love their rushing attack. That's just me. I don't believe it.
That's a huge Achilles heel for them.
Yeah, so like that to me is like that. When I'm looking at playoffs, that's like the third component I look at as far as third or fourth component I look at as far as any playoff team is your ability to run. Sometimes it's even higher, but I think this particular season is probably like top 4. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I just think things get really super interesting. But the NFC is easily Seattle and LA. And the reason being for those teams, everybody knows I'm in the bag for LA. So like even the Chargers, it goes without saying. But I love Sean McVay. I love what they're doing in LA. I'm rooting for Matt Stafford. It feels as though Matt Stafford might throw them out of some games come playoff time. I don't love the way he's looking right now. I just think he feels a little desperate. I know Devontae coming back.
Exactly. I think it's going to make a huge difference. Yeah.
Puka's being weird right now. Even though he's a dog, he's being weird right now.
That almost catch was nuts.
I think that's a catch.
It's not a catch. I know you want it to be a catch. No. I wanted it to be a catch.
So when I was watching in real time, I know that you have to, the control piece of it. So what if he's out of bounds and he's on the ground, that means he's now out of bounds.
Quick aside, I absolutely love that we're talking about the NFL. We've not mentioned any of these 4 teams.
Fuck these teams.
Hey, no, I'm feeling good about mine. Just real quick, shout out Drake May, who's probably.
I'm feeling good about mine too, because it's mine. No, I'm saying
yeah, that was some wild shit, which we still need to address. Anyway, go ahead.
Here's the thing. If I'm looking at the AFC, I actually think New England's got I think New England might have the best chance at winning this thing. Honestly, I'm not denying. I think. Look, man, I'm telling you right now. I think Drake May is him. I really do. I think that rushing attack can be something at moments. I think that I like the way Vrabel's got that defense running. I think New England's like, if New England makes and wins the Super Bowl, I would not be shocked this season at all.
I think I'd be shocked if they ended up winning it. Making it, I can see, but even then, I think they're more likely to be one and done than make the Super Bowl. It's a fun playoffs. It's
gonna be awesome. Look, I know what I'm rooting for from a pure chaotic standpoint and fodder for our podcast, because I think it'll make the fan base insane. I need a Patriots Bears Super Bowl.
the two second-year quarterbacks
And
sandwiching
then
our guy.
And then when we get Rio back on the ranked quarterbacks this offseason, to see what the fuck you two fuckers got to say about that shit. Like,
That should be an annual episode where we just
oh, we still got Jaden like top 6. Like, fuck out of here.
you know where I'm at, baby.
I know. It's like so like there's a part of me from a pure chaotic standpoint, and then even beyond that chaos, and I don't wish injury upon anybody, but I'm kind of hoping the starting quarterback gets hurt just for that game, and the backup wins, so that everybody's confused about what the fuck is going on. And you know what happens? JJ McCarthy wins the Super Bowl.
And there it is. God,
it would be awesome. But yeah, of those teams right there, I will say Atlanta. I don't know what Kirk Cousins, baby. Got them boys on a roll, all right? I'm just saying.
No, I know. I can't. You know me. I said the moment Penix got hurt, I was like, I'm out on the Falcons.
So that's the moment about to
You
stop.
could have removed their logo. I don't even care that they're winning these games. I'm
I
just
was saying, Kirk's healthy. He wasn't healthy last year. He's healthier this year. And the other thing is that, look, I've been saying it. I think I've been saying it like 2 years, 3 years now. I don't think there's a better running back in the league than Bijan Robinson. I honestly don't. I think it's Bijan. I think there's a little bit of a gap. I know people are going to put Gibbs in it. I know people want to put other things. I got Bijan with a gap.
he is incredible. I mean, his ability to his people won't really get this because it's also something that people don't really necessarily work on when they're at the chip. But like his ankle strength and mobility is crazy. His ability to just he uses it as a joystick. Like other people do that. They're tearing something, they're breaking something, and he can just so effortlessly do that. It makes him a cheat code. Like he's something else.
And he stays downhill. And that's my thing is he stays downhill. This he gives the extra movement, but it's cut, did that, go. Look, I'm not a fan of. It's why Bill was pissing me off at one point this year. I don't like the dancing. So that's why one of my most controversial takes in the history of anything league wise is I'm not a big Barry Sanders guy.
That's insane.
He lost so many yards.
I understand.
To me, it's the running back's about get us in optimal position. That's your job. Move forward. There's no denying from a talent standpoint, he might be the single most talented person who have ever put on a uniform at the running back position. That being said, I look at him as a selfish as fuck running back.
He was in Detroit. What'd you want from him?
That's why he retired early. And that's why
they would have lost even more.
All I'm saying is John Riggins put a team on his back.
Yeah, we love Riggins.
Saquon Barkley put a team on his back.
That offensive line, one's called the Hogs, and the other had an unreal O-line. Listen, there's a reason people were. He's dancing because people are already in the backfield with him. Anyway, this isn't a Barry Sanders conversation. This isn't a smooth dancer, though. Hey,
I'm just saying, okay. When you see a motherfucker at running back multiple times lose 10+ yards, you're like, what are you doing? What? You're around. You remember how angry?
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm giving him the ball on second down. Because odds are he's a better break.
He might make it out. No doubt. He might, no doubt. But it's the same way I used to feel about the amount of expletives I screamed at the television anytime I saw Antoine Randall running east and west instead of north and south. That's my shit. It's go forward.
But Barry Sanders and Antoine Randall are two very different people.
Well, I say that their running styles are very similar, at least when Antoine was at his peak. He was always he was every time Antoine had the ball, it was I gotta get a touchdown
compared to Barry Sanders.
But Barry wasn't that big.
Barry was.
He wasn't that big. He was short. He was he
was built. An uncomfortable conversation around.
He's built. He's just not that. Look, no. Barry's not my guy. There's no denying. I love watching his highlights. I do. I'm just saying there are also lowlights of the amount of compilation.
Sure, it comes with the territory when you run
that's my only problem. That's my only problem with Barry. So that's why so the reason I even said that is
because of the Bill stuff. Yeah.
The Bill stuff. There's also Gibbs had that at some moments that used to make me upset. Which is why I thought that they should be leaning on Montgomery more than they are constantly. But Gibbs has kind of rectified that. He's going north to south. He's
excellent.
Yeah, but Bijan to me is that dude. And my favorite running backs are the guys that just get the fuck downfield. Adrian Peterson, get the fuck downfield. LaDainian Tomlinson, he can dance, but you know what he did? Move the fuck downfield. And that's my favorite running back. That's probably the best I've ever seen is LaDainian.
Let's do this before we go to the comment mailbag. Just bring it back to Love LT, by the way. Sorry, that hit me late. Before we move to the common mailbag, for this NFL season, entering the playoffs, entering Week 18, your current scariest team in the NFL?
San Francisco.
Okay.
It's the experience.
Yeah, the been there, done that element
is
of it is...
And
yeah.
Brock is dealing.
Brock is dealing. It is
Brock
fun to
is
watch him
fucking
play.
dealing,
It
dog.
is
Like,
really, really fun to watch Brock play right now.
And I feel like people forgot what Christian McCaffrey is.
Yeah, well, he's had an unreal season.
San Francisco is running under the radar, and I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Everyone's just so like,
it's been the softer schedule, relatively speaking, right? And it's also been Brock has been missing for a long period of time.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of injuries on defense, so they're younger on defense.
But Mac Jones was doing a good job for them for a while. Like,
yeah, he wasn't doing
like
this
that
stuff.
Team.
Yeah.
No, Brock. Like I said, Brock is dealing. But I mean, look at how many games they won. They still won.
Yeah.
So like San Francisco to me is like, if I had to put money on the team I feel the safest about, just because of the pedigree.
Not safest, scariest.
Scariest.
Okay.
I do think they're the scariest because of that aspect of it. Like, I want to say it's LA. LA feels like it should be the team that I'm saying. Because they did it. Not only did
their defense recently has been atrocious.
And that's my thing. Even though Forbes, shout out, like he's had some damn good moments in these last few weeks. But I want to say LA because they not only have they made it to the dance, they won it. Something San Francisco can't say in this time frame. But once again, like you said, defensively, San Francisco, like, you still look at their rankings. I get the schedule, I get whatever, but you play, you get who you play. Seattle, I can never pick them. I like as much as I'm rooting for.
It's the Sam Darnold thing, right? Like we hope. I think everyone's rooting for Sam, like to exercise the demons, and if he does, man, oh man, Seattle's now frightening because he goes into the 1 seed with confidence that he won a must-win game for it. Right, so like that helps a lot.
It's Sam, but it's also like they run the ball. We've seen the videos and everything on it. I don't like their running backs. Like, as much as they might run the ball, I'm under no circumstances do I think Kenneth Walker, if I need the first down here, can do it. I just think over the course of a regular season, when you stick to the script and you play good defense, it gets you where you need to be. But come playoff time, put the team on your back. And when I say that, I look across the league and I'm like, I don't know about that. Maybe they'll get there. I just haven't seen it yet. But Kyron Williams, I think he put a team on his back for a quarter.
Certainly. So the Rams are an intriguing, but that defense is worrisome right now. I am going to say it's Houston. Just that, again, the defense is crazy, and I think that people are overlooking CJ Stroud for whatever reason.
They are.
Yeah. And so he's won a playoff game in each of his first 2 seasons so far. Those have been home games. I get it. But now I view him more as a veteran at this point, year 3. And with as wide open as it is, with like Bo Nix, at the helm for the Broncos, with Drake May, who's had an unbelievable season, but we got to see it in the playoffs, in charge of the New England Patriots, potentially no Lamar Jackson in there, right? And it's going to be Josh playing hero ball. We know what Josh is, but he actually has pressure. I think CJ doesn't really have pressure right now, but he some, but not relative to Josh. No,
absolutely not.
Right.
No one's got pressure like Josh got pressure.
No one has pressure like Josh. And so I think like the Texans beat the Bills without CJ Stroud because of how good that defense is. Mm-hmm. So I think that defense travels, and it's intriguing because they're not going to win their division. But like that is a type of team for me that can travel. That run game worries me, but I think they might have enough to overcome. It's going to be a great NFL playoffs. I'm really excited for it.
But spoiler alert, I'm doubling down on Buffalo Bills. I'm going all in.
Okay, love it.
I think the loss against Philadelphia was what did it.
Interesting.
Josh's face.
We now go to the comment mailbag featuring an intro from who knows.
Yeah, fuck that hoe.
And now the District Divided comment mailbag.
And thank you very much for that AI comment mailbag. Yeah.
That's just dumbass. Like, what? You attention-seeking fucking asshole. Like, what?
Here's Earl Bruce.
Desperate.
Beginning us off saying Happy New Year,
guys. I know that's
guys.
your girl, too. I know that you had a speaking appearance at TP.
That is
that's
not
why you weren't
true.
in that episode.
Nope. Now we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Here's Earl Bruce going, Happy New Year, guys. Thanks for all the great content. I think the Commanders will be better next season if Adam Peters cooks during the offseason. But good or bad, I know that I can count on y'all to get me through the badness. I hope that you and your families enjoyed the holidays. Really appreciate that, Earl, and a very happy new year to you and your family as well. K-Dot, your reaction to the comment about AP cooking as well.
I think this team is better if they're healthier. This offseason is going to be a motherfucker around these parts. Wait, does everybody want to do the exercise? Look at how many draft picks we have. Then look at how many one-year contracts there are. And then tell me what you want to do. And from that standpoint, there are going to be a lot of re-signings that people are not happy with. There are going to be a lot of guys that come in that you're like, oh, shit, they're just doing the same old thing. And I'm going to have to remind everyone, they don't have a choice, okay? This is where we are in the rebuild. And it's the same thing I said about last offseason, this offseason. In my opinion, this team is right around, if not just north of 500, if they're healthy this season. That's the trajectory, okay? That's what I'm looking at. And so, when they go into next season and a lot of this roster's back and you guys are freaking the fuck out, I'm just going to continue to remind you, it's because they're healthy. Not because Adam Peters did something crazy in the offseason. It's because they're just on the road to where it is they need to be.
To echo what K-Dot said, I think this team has, and I've been saying this for a while now, more talent than people think. And it is, the injuries are a very, very big part of this. Now, for me, the biggest part of this offseason is who's going to be defensive coordinator. Who is coming along with said defensive coordinator? Do we maintain our secondaries coach? Do we maintain our DBs coach? Like things like that. I'm looking at that and I'm curious to see, is it somebody Dan Quinn knows, right? Is it somebody completely external? How did we arrive at that person? I don't think it's going to be Joe Witt, right? So
I got my wish list, baby.
Yeah. So we're going to have a
Adam
conversation
Peters,
around
man.
that.
Back up the truck. Flores.
By the way, if he's
out of contract.
But if Minnesota doesn't keep him, oh my Lord, I would love a Brian Flores over here. That would be phenomenal. That would be a home run hire.
You got to pay him ungodly sums of money, but I want him.
Yeah, well, if we're committed to winning, if we got, man, that'd be great.
I think we need an edge. I agree.
I agree.
Somebody
And he blitzes a lot, and I think that he would help the younger guys find their confidence. He's done it in Minnesota. That would be a great hire, K-Dot. I completely agree without having thought
he's going to get a head coaching position. But
I'm not sure he will.
I know
which
that
is
there's
unfortunate.
Still some from the thing, but
because
cooking.
He is doing a fantastic job. So just to be clear, I think that's a home run hire. If for whatever reason he hit the open market and we had an opportunity and the news broke, Commanders, end up hiring Brian Flores as defensive coordinator, I'd be thrilled. Oh, look out for A-Train this offseason if that's the case. Here's Vindo. Shout out Vindo. OG. Love that intro. And that's from Vindo. Do you remember the intro, K-Dot? It's been a while now. Same. But here's something I do remember, and this is from Jamal Bibishar Bonwi. Ordered my Winzempic for next season. Hopefully we'll have some surprising side effects with the little beer emoji there. Definitely a hit. 2 thumbs up on that one. K-Dot, your reaction.
Only risk is what do they call it? Priapism?
Yes.
It's if your erection lasts longer than 4 hours. You should go see a doctor.
Here's the Nathan Perry who goes, I really liked the Johnny Newton pick last year. It was finally nice to see him explode. I'm hoping we see a little more of the younger guys in the season finale. K-Dot, I'm about to sneeze your reaction.
Yeah, like we rehashed what we said as far as I'd like to see it, but it doesn't really do much. I mean, I think a lot of these guys are going to be back, and so yeah, let's just continue to move in that direction, I guess. The Jordan McGee piece I think is the most interesting. The Jordan McGee piece is the single most interesting thing to me.
He's flashed. It's been nice to see that speed on film.
He's not as good as Bobby.
Correct.
You don't necessarily have him at will because you got Luvu there. I don't know, man. It gets weird.
But even if you settle with him as a depth piece, so just to be clear, when figuring out who the younger guys are that are going to stick around and play some, I don't need them to be starters. right? Like it would be great.
Oh no, I
if they
get
were
it. No, a
starters.
lot of these guys are
Yeah.
gonna be backups because of the injuries. But
And that's fine. But like now more seasoned backups, like I know exactly what they're good at on Sundays when the lights are on. Like that's what I'm figuring out.
right, and that's where I go to. There's nothing that'll happen this week that'll tell me whether or not somebody is actually legitimately good at anything.
Fair enough. And here's Nebs Terrify going, K-Dot, could you explain to me what our DBs are doing in the run game? Why am I seeing Noah Igbinogene and Quan Martin grinding on each other while Mikey gets trucked to the point that both his legs are stiff in the air?
It's a fucking Three Stooges bit. It's been like that the whole season. There's been no unit that has pissed me off in this team more than the secondary, period. And it's because of if there's a mistake to have been made, they've made it. Like if there's anything you could fuck up from a defensive backfield standpoint, they have. And the thing that is most frustrating is the tackling. That's probably the most frustrating.
Atrocious.
And it's not just like the bad the arm tackles or you're going too high or the constantly guys, none of you guys are like that. None of you guys have that hit stick in you, okay? None of them. None of you. You're just not that guy. You're not there. You're not them.
Not even
you
Revo?
need to
Not even
wrap.
like that?
No. They need to wrap the fuck up. And you need to like look at what Bobby does. Which is also, hey, Hard Knocks thing real quick.
Yeah.
I have never seen more one-on-one position meetings ever. Have you noticed that?
Oh, you're
all of our
speaking
players
across
are just
the board.
with one other person in a room. Like 90% of the time.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The quarterback meeting with David Blau, right? I wish we had mentioned that last episode. That little prank they did was great. And we saw more than one guy in the meeting. We saw Jaden and Sam and Josh, right?
I hated that moment.
Oh, I love that moment.
I didn't like it.
No?
I thought David looked like an idiot. Fuck the thing. I was
He's
like,
a younger guy. I mean, he's
I'm just
recently
saying,
retired.
there's pranks and there's like my thing is this. If that lame ass prank was enough to make Hard Knocks, god damn are we boring. Like, man, that's a good thing.
There's no story. Exactly. It was to your point. Like, it's a good
I'm
thing
just saying
that nothing's coming
entertaining.
out.
But what I'm saying, I'm watching the thing and I'm like, give me more Jackson Dart, dog.
You
Like, did you see Jackson Dart with the kids?
You should have, yes, you should have loved that clip because that means that there's no drama. That's it.
Where am I talking about this as a fan or am I talking about this as a watcher of good television?
Fan.
Ah, yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
Okay, cool. Now back to as a watcher of television. Go ahead.
Boring, dog. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
no, I agree with that.
Turn the commanders off. Just stop. Just stop. Don't follow us.
All right, here's
you know what I want? You know what they should do next time? This is what I need. HBO, please. I need Hard Knocks to open up. Pan up. We're in the Mediterranean. Zoom out. There's a yacht. Zoom in. Dan Snyder. Cigar in his mouth. I want to hear from Dan. That's all. I want to hear from Dan. I want to hear him. I just want a hour-long episode of just to tell all about how shitty he's feeling about what happened last year, about how good he's feeling this year. I need the fan base to all roll around a villain again. I need to be on the same page this offseason. I need something. I'm telling you, this offseason is going to be a motherfucker, dog. I am not ready for this. I'm not ready for this.
Oh, I'm getting increasingly ready for it.
Y'all are going to make me so angry.
Oh, what I'm doing after this is looking up free agents. I'm looking up what draft picks we currently have. Just the whole inventory. What do we have so far? What would I like to see improve? But again, I'm really looking up defensive coordinators. That's the big one.
The hair is going, guys. I'm going back. Y'all haven't seen me on this pod with a bald
head.
head.
Going too, actually. It's getting a little long.
We about to be some angry dickhead looking motherfuckers. Okay? Like, that's what we about to do.
You know, I'm going to hold my tongue on that last part. Here's Riddell Winchester, who goes, I agree that the secondary is a huge problem, and in particular, the safeties. I'm wondering if the secondary coaches need to go as well. I think so, but I am okay keeping the second and third string QBs if we can afford to keep Mariota. Though I would not be shocked if he went for more money. Okay, I bit. I looked up Winzempic to no avail. Kata, your reaction?
Sounds like I need to start a little compound pharmacy. as much as I said the Brian Flores thing, but I'm going to go back to something I've reiterated a few times this season. If it was up to me, completely, Joe Witt probably is getting reinstalled as defensive coordinator, and I'm not firing anybody.
Okay. I'm definitely letting go of at least the secondaries coaches.
I know.
As for Witt, I'm open to him staying just based on your All-22 reviews. I like Joe Witt a lot. Like I really like Joe Witt, and I do think that the philosophy is there. It just looks so bad. It's hard. It's hard to justify, unfortunately. So we'll see. Here's Earl Bruce, who goes, I love the new comment mailbag intro. And Winzempic, genius. That's one. The other is, thanks for getting me through one of our worst seasons ever, which it has been a tough season from the injuries perspective, and just whatever could go wrong seemed to have gone wrong. Earl Bruce asks, why can't the Commanders tackle? Which I think we have discussed a little bit. And here's another from Earl Bruce going, K-Dot, yes, Newton did have 3 sacks against Dallas, but his run defense, he really bit. Wasn't very good. Your reaction to those, K-Dot?
No notes. I think across the board from what I think I pretty much agree with everything that got said.
That are all said there.
Yeah, and I don't have an answer for why it is they can't tackle.
Seems to be very strange tackling technique and form across the board. Which
How
is why
angry were you looking at 2 white boys for Philadelphia? I was upset.
No, sort of indifferent, to be honest. You're upset.
I was upset.
Okay, well, walk me through that.
I don't like how young they are and how much production they're getting out of these fuckers.
Oh, from that perspective, sure.
Yeah.
I hate that. Yeah,
I also know the milking thing.
The milking thing. MF Quotes goes, LMAO, the comment mailbag. Yeah, because Nikki has to go. A lot of people in agreement with that decision there, K-Dot. And I, for one, am excited for the new comment mailbag intro.
No, what are y'all gonna call that network? Because I know that it's supposed to be in the mornings. It's you, Acho,
it's
and
not
RG3.
Okay.
Then it's like the Eric Kirk hour at noon, right? It's like her version of the View.
I'm not on this.
And like Candace Owens at 5.
There's no affiliation to this.
Like what?
You're already laughing.
What European leader's a trans person?
That's
like is that what the segments are?
MF Quotes
and
also
y'all
goes,
all like come together for like the night show. Is that JD? Is JD or one of the, Junior?
I don't know because I'm not on these. Not on these.
You be like the announcer guy. You be like the Andy Richter.
Guys, we're clearly off the rails. Week 18. We're just trying to get through this thing. All right, here's MF Quotes goes, bring back who? In all caps. I believe that was in reference to Bobby Wagner, who I am open to bringing back, by the way. K-Dot, your reaction.
I want him back and I want him starting.
I want him back, but the 100% snaps thing, I can't have. That's the only thing. It's not a problem. He can play 90%. I'm cool with that. Just I get it. Obvious pass down situations. Can we have someone good enough to be able to not be a liability due to speed at his age? It's not his fault. I love Bobby.
I am prepared to be this offseason. I'm going to be the villain. I'm going to be the Commanders fan villain because as much as you guys are going to want to see heads roll and changes to occur, I'm going to be one that says, steady this ship. I don't think all is lost. Let's keep going. And no one's going to want to hear bad shit from me. I can tell. It's shaping up.
What? Okay, so hold on. Comparing your view and my view, right? The only head I really want to roll, if we're using that analogy, secondary for sure. Secondary for sure. I mean,
I think okay, all right.
When it's across the board bad, like that's gotta be like I don't know what else to look at. And then defensive coordinator again. I'm open to Witt staying. It's just hard to justify considering how it ended up looking with the communication bus, right? Maybe that was injuries, like the Will Harris injury. I won't speak about Will Harris as a player because I know you and I sort of differ there. But like it seemed like the communication was maybe better while he was in there.
Will communicates better than us.
Yeah, exactly. So like maybe it was just it comes down to something like that. But outside of that, where do you see our differences in how we're viewing the offseason, I guess?
I don't need a head to roll. I don't need a sacrifice. I don't need I'm not that angry. I do on it, like I think it's injuries. And the thing that I look, man, last year I was telling everybody like, whoa, hey, we're not that good. Chill out. team still made it to the NFC Championship game. And if I have a team that was fairly healthy make it to an NFC Championship game, the following year they get completely eviscerated from an injury standpoint, why the fuck am I blaming the same coaches that took it to an NFC Championship game? So, like, that's my thing. Is like the only variable that changed was the lack of healthy players. And, like, in my opinion, like, if that's the case, I've seen how many teams have that shit happen to them. San Francisco is right now back in the dance. 2 years ago, what happened? Like, my thing is like to me, it's a blip season. Are we as good as the NFC Championship game? No, but I still think this is a healthy team that's right. It's floating right around 500, just north of 500. And in my opinion, after coming off of what happened with the end of the Ron Rivera era and what we had in the cupboard and what the roster looked like, is an achievement. It's a huge achievement. And, like, the injuries that happened this year, it's just like, damn. Like, we could easily be one of 2-win fucking teams. Like, we should probably be winning, like, Vegas or one of those guys. But, like, we won more than them. And our schedule was harder. And it's like, there's this shit, man. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot to not like about what's happened with this team. Every answer comes back to me as, like, injuries, except for Jaden.
Of course.
But even that, the wide receivers, you got to give them bail of that.
The reason, so yes, it's the same coaching staff as the first year. And I remember that there was a certain level of juice, excitement, etc. Understandably so with our first preseason and first offseason, right? All these new faces, right? Largest roster turnover since World War I or whatever that stat is. World War II, I think, actually. Yeah. So, like, I get that. Like, I get that initial excitement. And, man, did we really capitalize. So few injuries. Jaden's this unbelievable talent who is doing all the right things. And we end up on this run, albeit also against a very injury-ridden number 1 seed in the Detroit Lions, right? Mm-hmm. And they happen to turn the ball over a whole lot. We hadn't generated that many turnovers over the course of the season. All of a sudden, we get 5 in that game, 5 in that spot. That's an anomaly. That's incredible. Where I felt disappointed this season, honestly, did sort of begin with that preseason game against the Patriots. I know it wasn't our guys. Like, I get it. It was just, I was very surprised by the lack of energy, like, just across the board. It just felt sort of complacent. And then as the season has progressed, you do begin to hear from Nikki, from JP a little bit. They're like, yeah, the practices were a bit lax, in the off season. And we did notice that. And Nikki did have that little thing where she's like, this off season felt a little different, like entering week 1 of the NFL season. She said that it felt a little bit different. That pinged the radar a little bit. So yes, it's the same coaching staff. I was hoping that with the adjusted expectations, maybe it was too much, but that we would still have energy. And I think early on, I was just a bit disappointed by that. I still have faith in the coaching staff. I just want them to pick that energy up again, right? Like, how do we respond to something like this? Yeah, that's.
I think the issue with this season, and the one thing that I could say is almost a silver lining, if you look at, like, what I think about philosophically when it comes to, like, the mental aspect of football. I always want to see how people face adversity. I think it's a big thing for me as far as, like, how to do that. When you look at the most key or important people on the team, they're winners. Jaden's a winner. Mm-hmm. Bobby Wagner's a winner.
Absolutely.
Von Miller's a winner. You got guys that are in these really, really key positions that are winners. The wins didn't come. And I think this last offseason, the Jaden Terry piece was a thing. I think Jaden was feeling himself. That's a thing. I think also the mentality you have in anything you do when you're playing with house money compared to their expectations, night and day. That's why I tried to limit them. Like, I tried.
Yeah,
like,
of course, and that's fine to do as a fan. Totally.
No, I just think that. But my problem, like, in my opinion, and this goes back to you. The red flag to me was Marshawn Lattimore, and the reason being is that I look at the fundamental flaw from last season to this season are the expectations.
Mm-hmm. I think and for me, I think the fundamental flaw would be, I don't know that it's expectations, actually, funnily enough. Nice. Like, the expectations played a huge role in the season. I'm not gonna disagree with that.
I'm saying as far as something I can blame. So, like, I think the injuries are the single biggest reason that we are in the situation we are in. I don't think it's close.
Yeah.
But as far as something that I would look at and say, hey, I would have liked to do this differently, the expectations to me are what changed things.
Okay, got it. And I think from the offense, for example, we had touched on this. I'll keep it brief. Like, I thought we were going to run the ball more and be more physical, right? That on that side with the offseason moves that we had made. And then defensively, I thought, hey, we get a little bit older. Like, Mike Sanders still takes a jump. Like, we got Will Harris, who's supposed to help with the communication. Pretty solid, underrated player in New Orleans. And we got Bobby Wagner back.
Real quick, just because while you're there, I just want to stay right here with it, because I know next week we're going to do this here.
Yeah.
You thought that we were going to be more physical and run the football. I'm with you. Big portion of that was Austin Eckler and Deebo Samuel. Wide receivers get hurt. Debo's got to play on the outside. Austin Eckler gets hurt. You've lost that entire component.
Mm-hmm.
What was the second piece?
But I also thought I thought it was Chris week one.
I got that. But I'm saying from what my Cliff Kingsbury standpoint, what the offense was supposed to be going into the season as far as that physicality, because I was with you. But the big portion of that was the Deebo Samuel, which they weren't able to do with him. Then the second component that you said was the Mike Sanders still. Mike Sanders still. Yes, I would expect, but they got him playing a different position. So, like, at the end of the day, it's like, as much as we want to say that these things should have been the thing that happened, life happens.
Of course.
And things, but that's my thing, is like, that's my thing.
But hold on, he's playing a different position, but it was his college position. It was what he was drafted to play. And I get that it's a different level. I just expected that the transition would be smoother, and I was clearly wrong about that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right. So that's all. Let's continue. So Tony, shout out Tony OG, goes, Mike Tirico is Italian and black-born in Queens, New York. That's one comment over there. Here's another. Does Jaden Daniels need to be more of a leader on the sidelines during the game? I know everybody on the team loves him, but did he need to motivate and instill confidence while the defense is on the field? He says Kobe Bryant is his favorite athlete, but I don't see any Black Mamba attitude. Way too much and smiling coming off the field after miscues or when things aren't going right. I want him to lock in, get surgical, and transform into a sniper, a cold-blooded killer. Kid, what is your take on that idea?
The Mike Tirico thing, do some more digging. Outside of that, it just gets interesting. I don't want Jaden to forcibly be something that he's not. I don't think that'll work out for anyone. I don't think he is a leader in that way. Same way I don't think Bobby Wagner's a leader in that way. I like rah-rah. That's my thing. Like, I do love that. But it's not necessarily the way everybody else does a leader standpoint. Last year, I thought that Jaden's leadership came from the fact that he was having fun and had everybody else have fun around him. And sometimes that's it, right? Like, the reason Joe Montana is Joe Montana is that he can lock in, but the thing that made him Joe Montana was that things never got too big for him. It was like at any given moment or set in time, it's like he was just chill about it. And that's what I felt about Jaden. Is for the most part, what did we say all season long? That dumbass smile he had on his face the whole fucking year. Didn't see that this year. I see him, like, when you talk about like the Kobe Bryant Black Mamba thing, also, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest ever. I hated him as a player. And the reason I hated him as a player is I thought he was not a team player. I thought that he was somebody who sulked, got angry, fucking blamed people, did all sorts of shit throughout the thing. I don't need necessarily that mentality as much as I do need, you're going to lock in and you're going to do the work in the offseason and outside, off the court or off the field. And that I see from Jaden. Everybody talks about he's still showing up earlier than anybody else. He's still putting in the work, putting in all these other kind of shit. And I appreciate that part of it. I just think that the Jaden leadership aspect that you're going to want to see is him being a little more loose. I think that, once again, I go back to that expectations thing. I go back to the expectation things because I think that everybody at this point, house money's one thing. You're a rookie, nobody expects it. You're having fun. You can't stop smiling even when you're getting hit or any of this other shit. Now, I've got to be more serious. You know, we were almost in a Super Bowl. I've got to lock in. I've got to be this. And now everybody's playing tight. Everybody's just not being who they are. So you go look at the defense. What do we talk about the defense all season? They're overthinking. You're overthinking. You're doing too much. You're doing this. You're doing that. I just think that it re-engineers shit. And I just think that, like, you now playing like you got something to lose. Motherfucker, y'all, no one expected you to be there last year. You got nothing to lose. Just play loose. I just don't think they're playing loose.
Does Jaden Daniels need to be more of a leader on the sidelines during the game? My answer is no. And so going into last year's draft, we dissected a lot of these guys any sort of ways, and the thing with Jaden is he is a more introverted, keeps to himself. Once he gets comfortable with you, then he lets you into his world. The Kobe Bryant piece is to his own work ethic, which I think is not questioned at all.
No doubt.
Right. I don't think it is that this Black Mamba attitude now needs to be brought from a verbal perspective, or he just needs to be on the sidelines not playing and he's out there motivating everybody. Like I don't actually need that from him. What I need from him is to continue being himself. I fully believe in this kid, right? Like I think what he's doing is fine. I think the injuries were unfortunate. I do think that he needs to take better care of himself in some of those spots, but overall I'm very happy with what we have with Jaden. I don't need him to be any more than he already currently is. Could that change? Sure. But I think what you're describing, Tony, is maybe something more like, what K-Dot was talking about with the Rara stuff. Like that might be a more JJ McCarthy quality where he is the one that is going around being like, defense, y'all got this. Like, we got you once we get the ball back, stuff like that. That is to me more the JJ based on the evaluations of the quarterbacks last season. But this isn't Jaden, and I'm okay with it not being Jaden.
Yeah, if we're looking at the top 4 guys that I had ranked last year as far as the 2024 quarterbacks, if we were looking at like where everybody's attributes are, leadership, as far as from the intangible, Jaden would squarely be in last place for me. I have no problem saying that. I would say that what happened last year, and I go back to it, he was infectious to be around. He had everybody playing loose, and it was fun. Mm-hmm. It was fucking fun. And that's why, like, when the fourth quarter came where he could lock in and be that dude with the smile on his face, everybody else just played calmly. Olamide Zaccheaus and all these guys just making catches they typically weren't doing because everybody's just, like, in this zone. I just want us to get back to kind of that. Look, expectations are going to come. Like, if you're playing good in this league, they're going to come. But year 2, and, like, all this thing is just,
Yeah. No, leadership to me just, it looks different. Like in the conventional sense, I would probably agree with you, K-Dot.
There's
like
just different ways to be a leader.
Exactly. And I think his way with infectious energy is actually a really powerful way of doing it. And it's very hard to do because that's a charisma that you have or don't. Right. Like that is, and I think he has that.
And under no circumstances do I want the Kobe because that would be Jaden in the offseason. Hey, Debo, you fat fuck. Why don't you do this, that, and the other? Like, that would be actually, that. And I don't want that. Like, I don't need that guy.
That'd be bad. That'd be bad. Then Debo signs with Philadelphia, and that's how that goes. Here's MF quotes. It took too long for Ricky Barber to play. Ricky Barber played 15 snaps, got his sack, did very, very well in that Cowboys game in the limited time that he had. And then Nebs Terrify goes, this defense is far, far off. But honestly, if we got Caleb Downs, safety from Ohio State, re-sign Wags, sign a couple 30-year-olds in the D-line, and sign some competent man press DBs, this defense could be top 25, top 20-ish. Realistic and best it's going to get. Kid, what are your thoughts on that?
So re-sign Bobby and get all new players. Cool.
About right. It's about what that is. And what about Ricky Barber? Liked what you saw from him?
Yeah, no, I saw like in certain glimpses. Yeah, he looked pretty decent. Everybody, like I said, over the course of the season, everybody on the D line has had moments.
And we conclude with Jamal Bibishar Bonbui. It was nice to see Bill be used the right way, mostly to the outside. He is best in open spaces and really doesn't have the body type to be used as your bread and butter running back. He's more like a specialist. Before I throw that to you, K-Dot, I got 3 thumbs up. Tony, the episode where K-Dot held down the fort and I had the flu, you had asked the question and K-Dot had said, I'll just throw it to Amit once he's back. Jeremiah Love, if he is the next Jahmyr Gibbs, would I want him in the first round? If he is the next Jahmyr Gibbs, sure. But that's also not what I'm seeing, at least early on from what I've seen of Jeremiah Love. I do think he is a very, very good running back, could be a great running back. From what I've seen available, and it's still early on, at other positions, I would much rather go with another position. I will be excited. That's the human element of it. I'd be excited if we drafted Jeremiah Love. It's so easy to watch highlights and be like, oh, imagine that with Jaden, our offensive line. But I would prefer to go to the other side of the ball there. That's just the Jeremiah Love piece. Back to Bill. K-Dot, your reaction to that idea of the runs on the outside versus up and down, where that's your bread and butter running back.
They got to be doing everything, but yeah, the attack in the outside. But I still think the success rate that's happening from that is Bill's seeing the field better, and he's playing more calmly compared to the other thing, and he's more physical than I think people give him credit for. With that, whether or not that's sustainable is a whole other thing. Yeah, there's that. The Jeremiah Love piece, once again, I haven't gotten that deep into anything from a draft standpoint. I will say that while I do think running backs are undervalued, I do think that what happens with most teams, looking at you, Vegas, is they get that position too early. That's not the position you get early. I don't mind paying a lot of money for that position. I would if this guy's special enough. But I also think you need to make sure everything's in line first. And I'll tell you right now, with what we've talked about this season, going into next season, if Cliff's coming back, Jaden's coming back, I still do not know what this rushing attack is supposed to look like.
There you go. This was the Common Mailbag and the show. This was District Divided, a DC sports podcast, more specifically a Washington Commanders podcast with the final game preview of the 2025-2026 NFL season for your Washington Commanders. I'm Amit. That is K-Dot. Enjoy the game on Sunday. And if you enjoyed this episode, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment as you always do, and K-Dot.
Just made this a good one, man. Don't get too high, don't get too low. If the other game looks better, just turn that bitch on.
And then share this.
Nah,
shit.
not this one.
Oh, for me, share this shit. I would greatly appreciate
Although we
that.
filled an hour and a half off of bullshit.
We're able to do it. We're still able to entertain. Here's the other thing. We are probably going to put out an episode earlier than we normally do, probably. So just be on the lookout for that. Not the Friday 2 p.m. K-Dot and I are both traveling, so we're thinking it might just be easier to do the playoff episode ahead of time, along with a quick season recap, what we liked, what we didn't. And we will go from there. So enjoy the games this weekend and expect an earlier than usual episode of District Divided where we talk about the playoffs and the Commanders season. So.
I actually put it at a good percentage chance you will see some Commanders where you're going.
Oh, yeah?
Why not?
That'd be pretty cool. They do have time. So anyway, we will see you guys next week at some point. So stay tuned. Keep that notification bell on. So take it easy.
Bye, everybody. And please do not support Amit and his TP.
In DC, we're just hoping that you listen.